Morning, guys. How you guys doing today? What's today? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day. I don't know about you guys or what you guys did on Memorial Day yesterday, uh, but I went out to the river and we went floating down the river for a good couple hours. I was out there for forever, I think. Dude, how long was I out there? I think I got out on the water around 9:30, 10. Probably didn't get out of the water until like around 6 or 7. So did some fun stuff. I don't know if you guys went shopping or whatever, but there were some sick memorial deals that were happening out there. I think some places might have some good deals, so might have to check that out. Hold on, just give me 1 second here. I just need to pull something up real quick. Sorry, just give me 1 second here, guys. I just gotta pull something up on my screen down here. Boom. What's going on? Hola. What's up, Coon? What's up, Crypto B? Uh, Sorry, I had to pull up my chat here real quick. I didn't have it on, so I couldn't see if you guys were saying anything or not. So I just had to fix that really quick. So now we're back in business. Hope you guys got your morning coffee. We're going to be doing some paper trading here. I'm just going to do an overview of the market. It looks like we hit another all-time high today in the market, in the pre-market, and then we have that little beautiful sell-off that we're looking at. Well, that I'm looking at currently right now. I'm going to show you guys actually. So obviously this is the SPY. So we're just going to pull up. We're just gonna pull up SPY because that's what I like watching. Computer's running a little slow today. All right, wonderful. So looks like we came up, and I think if you guys were in my last video, when was my last video? Thursday. Going into my last video Thursday, looks like we're kind of closing a gap that we created. So I expect this to go down to 748, probably a little lower, maybe 748.75. If not, come all the way down to the 5, which is down to 744. So opening candle today, we obviously opened above. We created a little small gap right here that you see that we're pretty much about to close right now. right here, this little small gap that you see there. So we're having a nice good run up. I don't even know what the run up's about currently right now. I haven't looked at pretty much any of the news this week. This weekend, been kind of staying away from the news and stuff like that for the time being. But boom, create a new all-time high. So markets are at all-time highs now. When the markets are at all-time high, guys, you guys got to kind of be careful a little bit, just because the volatility is pretty crazy. So you'll see some pretty big, nasty swings, either upwards or downwards. I'm actually gonna probably take a look at the fear and greed index here really quick. Let's just take a little look here. Boom. So we're just gonna wait for this to load a little bit. It looks like yeah, like I said, my computer's just running a little slow here today. Just gotta wait for this thing to load. Okay, cool. So we're sitting right here on the greed. We're sitting at 59, not too bad. Coming down a little bit with the 52-week highs and lows. We're sitting around 2%, which we did have a couple of bounces around 2% right here. So we could see a possible bounce, or we're gonna head back down a little bit, more than likely. Extreme greed on the put and call options. So extreme greed, everybody's buying. So what I would expect to happen, honestly, too, I'd be looking for that sell-off. I know a lot of people are saying the AI bubble, or the tech bubble, blue chips and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't think it's too close to that right now. I know it's what's holding up the market, but multiple different other indices like medical and industrial and manufacturing and also retail has been doing pretty good. We just had retail ER the other day, which, you know what, I'm actually going to take a look at. What kind of earnings do we have? What kind of earnings do we have coming out? Normally one of our experts, if you guys are a part of the Discord, our experts are really great at posting in their channels and stuff like that. I think I had somebody come in here the other day, maybe it was on Saturday, when I do the Saturday orientations. If you guys are ever wondering, I do Saturday orientations to kind of go through the Discord every Saturday. So it just kind of goes through, and I kind of go through what we have in the Discord, what the channels do, what they mean, what you can and can't do in there. So right now I'm gonna see if Small, she's one of she's one of our experts. She normally posts weekly on earnings, so I'm gonna see if she has that posted up here. She might not. Nah, she doesn't have it posted up yet. But she does, like I said, she does post earnings and stuff like that. So we did have Nvidia, Home Depot, Kava. These are a couple of ones that she's currently looking at. Elf, stuff like that. But she normally posts something like this in her channel. The earnings report. And so I normally come in here and take a look. So we have lots of tools and stuff like that, and we have lots of great experts in the Discord that provide good information. Like the reserve, that's my boy. He always posts some recaps of a bunch of different analysis. Normally his analysis is related to kind of like Fed news and what the Fed's doing, and just kind of not geopolitics, but the geoclimate in general, kind of what's going on around there. As you can see, he's talking about Potness here today, and the Iran, and the intern peace framework. So like I said, he posts really great stuff. That's pretty much where I get a lot of my news. Same thing over here. I get a lot of my news right here in the Intel side. So it doesn't look like I have anything posted up over there. Also, guys, I just wanted to mention too as well, since I have you guys here, If you guys haven't already, if you guys are looking to upgrade to the Earner Plus, you can scan this QR code if you're on desktop on my YouTube, or you can click right here in my description. It has my links to Financial Freedom. You can come down there and click that. Or you can just click, if you're on mobile, you can literally click on my description right there and it'll pop up my digital business card. Now I do have a sweet deal going on with the master course classes. So if you guys are ever interested in elevating your learning and your education to a higher level, like I said, these are like college level classes. I know that we have stuff in the learning library. Now that's kind of just like I said, a brief overview of kind of what we have going on in there. These are college level in depth. So I kind of compare it to like high school level stuff, college level stuff. So just be aware we got that going on. And then like I said, we have a sick bundle deal that's happening. So if you get the 3 bundle deal, I think it says like $14.99 or something like that. We're actually slashing a sweet deal for you guys. We're taking like another like 30 or 40% off or something like that. I think the total price is like $6.99 or something. Okay, so it wasn't $14.99. So for the 3 bundle deal, you can get all 3, the crypto, technical, and options right here. You just click on this guy, and I'm just going to show you guys the discounted deal that you guys kind of get for being members here in the Discord. So if you type in code SAVE, boom, you hit that redeem. See, we already slashed that price by $1,000 the first time. We're actually getting another discounted deal, so you can get the bundle deal for the $6.99. And let me tell you, this stuff, I've taken the classes, they're phenomenal, guys. They're phenomenal. They're great. And if anything, just get the technical course. If you don't want to get the bundle deal, you can just get the technical course. We have them individually, or we have them separate per bundle. So definitely check that out, guys. And also, if you guys are interested, you guys can also check out my socials. You can follow me on any of those. And also, we still have the payment plans for lifetime going on right now. So check that out. Also, if you guys don't have a platform that you guys are using, I use Webull and Robinhood. All right. Anyway, guys, got that out of the way here real quick. So let's just jump right into the charts here. So just checking out SPY, boom. Look at this beautiful blue line I have right here. Dude, my lines are lining, my charts are charting. I'm telling you guys, learn your technicals. Just learn the technicals. They're fire. They're fire. So it looks like we created this little gap right here below. If you guys see right here, boom, we created this gap right here. So if you guys don't know and you guys are new, the blue right here, this dark blue represents overnight, and the orange right here represents the AM session. So our overnight session going into pre-market, we created a gap right here, and it's kind of crazy. I have these 2 blue lines right here. It's like they're speaking to me, and that's exactly where we're at right now on both of those lines, literally in between this space. So we'll see what kind of happens here. We're gonna get into a couple of paper trades here. And like I said, I use Webull. So it looks like right here we're testing the 50. We have a couple of oversold on the RSI. So that's pretty good for the rebound. So anytime you see these oversold signals like this, normally you have a retest of either the 13 or the 50, depending. The 5, 13, or 50. So either one of those tested the EMA, and it looks like it's trying to get a breakout here. Possibly we're going to be testing the previous high in the pre-market. So I'm just going to draw a little temporary line right up over here just to watch. So if we break this line above, obviously we're going to create not new all-time highs, but pretty much. Now let's flip over to Webull here really quick. Let's look at the overall market that we got. As you guys know, this is how I do my charts. I have 6 charts up. They all represent something different, and it is the blue chips. Blue chips. So I got SPY over here on the 1 minute, and the rest of these are on a 5-minute time frame. So Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Broadcom, and Meta. These are some of the top companies that are held within SPY. So It looks like we're about to break that break this above real quick, maybe for a high. So got the 5 crossing the 13. I'm expecting a rejection right here. So let's see if we can get into maybe a paper trade right up over here. I don't really know. Actually, it doesn't look too bad that I'm looking at it right now. MACD's, I don't know. MACD's looking like they're kind of curling across the board. Microsoft is probably going to carry. We'll see if this rejects right here for NVIDIA off the 5. Very much possible. But this is bullish right here. 5 crossing the 50. So you know what? Let's take a paper trade here. Let's see if we can just we're gonna play the downside here. So we're gonna risk the downside. So let's pull up our options chains right here. Boom, close this down a little bit, make this a little wider. All right, where are we sitting? So looks like we broke above. Let's double check here. Yeah, it looks like we're above. I'm gonna let this carry slightly. What chart are you on? For which one? This one? This one's for SPY. I'm watching SPY right now. And same thing for my Weeble. I'm looking at SPY. This is my hymns play from earlier. Speaking of which, we need to actually go over the hymns play now that we're in here. I don't know if you guys followed along on the hymns play or not. Anyway, let's see if we can catch this day trade. So let's see if we can catch this to the downside here really quick. We're in. So you kind of know my overall plan here. Boom. What do we do? We're testing basically the high of the pre-market. I'm thinking some relief is going to happen. Even though we had the 5 cross the 50, we were oversold over here. So that, like I said, that just kind of leads me to believe this is a slight relief rally based off of the RSI being oversold here. So like I said, what we're looking for here is the downside. Oof. We got the 13 cross and the 50. This could be a huge rip up, or like I said, we're going to look at a rejection here. We'll see if this even comes back across here. Looks like the 13 is kind of coming down-ish. We'll see if this candle right here is just coming to test the 5 and continuing higher. So we're kind of warming it up here. My chart looks different on the 1 minute than yours. It probably does. I have all my charts are slightly different, brother. I keep my charts at different specs on different platforms. So my Robinhood chart doesn't look like my TradeView chart or my Webull chart. My Webull charts don't look the same as my TradingView at all. So I have mine kind of tweaked slightly different. I normally keep I keep the adjusted data for dividends too, and I also keep this I keep the extended hours on. So I keep the pre-market and the after hours on. So that's probably why you see mine a little bit different. I have a couple of my indicators tweaked as well. Those are kind of slightly different. I'm already on a SPY play. Carson, yeah, what are you playing? You playing to the downside? That's what I'm playing. I'm playing to the downside here. I'm playing based off of this oversold right here. Bollinger Band, Bollinger Band, Bollinger Band, oversold, oversold, coming up for a relief rally, testing the high, and then having possibly another wash downward. So it looks like we're down a little bit. So we might get smoked on this. We did get the indicator. We did get the indicator. So this could continue higher to new all-time highs. Me, I'm playing the downside here. I'm going slightly against the grain here. Not highly recommended. Obviously, remember guys, trend is your friend. But me, I'm testing different. I'm testing a resistance area. So I'm testing the top here. Does that make sense, guys? Do you understand what I'm laying down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So, you know, for example, if I did this little trend line right here, this is exactly what I was looking at. I mean, I could go over here and test it with the high right here, technically. Look at that nice good wash. Boom. You see that? Beautiful, guys. We're testing the resistance area, which I technically had my line right here, which is fine. Um, but like I said, boom. Look at that. And we had a bunch of volume down right here. Let's see if we can beat the 50. I'm going to give this a couple of candles. This is a nice, good engulfing candle here. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at this wash down. Now, you see I have my VP open over here? I'm going to be looking to exit right around here. So I'm just looking for a quick little play. Let's see if we can come and test this little blue line right down here off of these candles, because this looks like this could possibly be a support area. Possibly. I'm playing for the upside. If it goes down, I'll sell for $40. Well, Carson, you just got washed. And it looks like we're up $340 on the play. So we're up $340 for this play right now. Currently, we'll see if this comes down and test my little line right here. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to come down and test. That's what I'm using as a kind of a support. But look, guys, I already had these lines already drawn out. You guys already know. The only line that I drew was this one. So you see what kind of I did on the play there? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Now we did get the bearish indicator right here with the 5 and the 13 crossing the 50. Now this doesn't, remember guys, you're using these indicators as tools. These aren't 100% for sure things here. You understand that? So use these as guidelines, guys. So I'm just looking for a little bit more here. I might not even get it. It might rebound right here. This looks like it was acting as a support too. You see how these multiple candles right here, these 3 candles pretty much bounced right around this area. Same thing right here. Touchdown, bounced. We could, yep, see how it's coming back up. So let's just close out the play here. We're already up good money. What's the last price? 226. Let's do one for maybe like 230. We'll do 235. We're gonna sell at 235. We're setting up a limit price here, guys. If you guys see right here, 230 or 135. Sorry. Actually, it looks like we're gonna wash. We're gonna wash. Never mind. Where are we at now? We're up 40%, 430. It's looking like it's coming down to my line right here. So we're gonna get ready to exit here, guys. Get ready to exit. If you guys follow along on the play, you guys are up good money. All right, 146. We'll sell at 148. That's fine. Boom. And we're out right here off of this candle. Right off of this candle. Boom. And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it's done. All right, so we got that little warm-up play here. Now I'm going to give you a little breakdown again of what I saw. So just going back over here, reading these candles. Now, this is why I said you use these tools as general guidelines. See how it came down and touched this right here almost basically? Man, I'm telling you guys, if you guys haven't, get the technical course. It's you'll be able to read this like a book. It's so easy. Well, it's not so easy, but it makes it a lot easier to understand. Now remember too as well, guys, you guys can have candles stay oversold for a very long time. There's no what's Mo like to say? Mo likes to say the market likes to stay irrational longer than we can stay solvent. So it's really, really, really true. So just kind of breaking this down, like I said, we're looking at the multiple breaks of the Bollinger Band. Now you see my little white line right there and how it's kind of coming down, and you see what 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 Bollinger Band breaks oversold. That's why I said 2 as well. We had these multiple Bollinger Band breaks come down a little, sell a little more, bounce right back up, and like I said before, you're going to be testing the EMAs. There isn't a for sure one that it's going to test, obviously, because those limit orders and buy and sell orders are obviously placed in some of those areas. So you got to be mindful and watch out for that kind of type of thing. Because clearly you saw we tested the 5 after we had that Bollinger Brand oversold right here on my blue line. Boom, came up, touched it, and then it sold off again. But remember, we had multiple breakdown here, so I would expect it to kind of slingshot itself back up, which it technically did. We were right here as soon as I started the stream. We were kind of right here testing the 50 area that I said. It was like, looks like we're either going to break up, and then I put this line up here. I said I think we're going to go and test the highs that we had today, and that's exactly what happened here. Boom, we got in right here around this area, kind of came down, kind of tested the 5, and then we had that nice beautiful wash back down that I thought was going to happen. So we looked at that ceiling. We used this all-time high, well, not an all-time high technically, but we use this high as a resistance area and a ceiling for what we were looking at, and we basically got a good technical analysis. So we did pretty good on that play. So do you guys understand exactly kind of what I was looking at there? $50 is at 748-ish on your chart. For which one? Your Webull chart or your trading view chart? Because like I said, I have my extended hours on. So I would expect another rejection around this area too. I'd be looking to the downside again to kind of test right here and kind of maybe consolidate before, or even right here, just kind of consolidate before possibly trying to get another leg up here. And it looks like the volume's not too bad. I got VP on right now, so volume price isn't too bad. Oh yeah, let's go over the hymns play on TV. Yeah, so like I said, it might be just some of your extended hours and stuff like that. For your, I forgot where that is. So I basically just have my macros on. So what do I have my setting on real quick? We can take a look. Plus, regular. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. I just got it on plus, regular. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, like I said, how do you turn on extended hours? Honestly, I forgot. I forgot on TV. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot how to turn the extended hours on here. I was just looking. I thought it was in my settings, but it's not. Yeah, so like I said, I have my macros on. Let's see here. Yeah, dude, honestly, I forgot. I set this up probably like a couple of years ago, and I have not changed it at all. I haven't changed my settings at all. But yeah, that might be the reason, man. All right, so let's look at the hymns play. Remember, guys, we were in that hymns play not that long ago. We're still in it technically. So let's kind of check out the chart and see kind of where we're at right here on the daily. Remember, this contract expires the end of this week. We could still get a wash. It looks like it's turning around though. It looks like it's turning around. So what I'm going to need to be looking for here right now is a rejection off of the 13 or the 50. We're still technically bearish, technically, but it does look like it's trying to get some legs. And remember, we do have a gap up to 28.55. So this could curl around, kind of what I was talking about last week. If you guys remember, if you guys were in the stream, I told you when we were looking at the SPY in the 1 minute chart, I said it's basically doing exactly what the SPY did on the 1 minute, but it's turning out to be on the daily on the HIMS. So the way the candles were coming down and it swooped back up to be bullish, that's very possible right here. This can very much this could scoop right back up, like I said, to 28.55. Oh, good. I can look it up real quick. Yo, Crypto B, thanks, man. Sorry I wasn't helpful on that one. My bad, dude. Anyway, so it does look like it's gonna turn up back up. We did make nice profit on that play the first time. This would be a great place if you guys were still in it. This would be a good place to kind of get out, even just down 160. I mean, how much did we make on the first one? I don't even remember how much we made on the first one. I think it was like $1,000 or something like that. So I think we made about like 1,000, maybe it was 800 to like $1,000 on the HIMS play. I think is what we came out in profit, and I'm still holding 5. So I'm gonna continue to hold 5. Let's see if we can maybe break even here. Now looking at SPY, it looks like we're kind of fanning out here too as well. The EMAs are fanning out. Now when I mean they're fanning out, it means they're kind of spreading apart, right? They're opening up. And this is what you would kind of normally see on a bullish take. So let's just go back to SPY real quick. See if we can maybe make one more play here. Looks like we're breaking above. All right, looks like boom. Oh man, yeah, it came up here, tested uh that ceiling we had right here, but I'm thinking this is bullish. Look at these candles too as well. Came down, ripped up, came down, ripped up, came down, ripped up. Slight indecision, not really. Came down, ripped up. Oh, just didn't have the momentum. Yeah, so it's another thing when you guys are trading all-time highs. Remember, guys, like I said, it's very volatile, and normally you don't see too many breakouts above all-time highs after you already broke out the first couple times. Obviously, it's a little bit different. We're in a different kind of trading environment and different kind of macro environment, especially when it comes to geopolitics and stuff like that. So you kind of have to be on the lookout for that. That's why also you see on the daily that we've ripped higher and higher and higher so many different times. Um, Remember, like I said, the market can stay irrational longer than we can stay solvent. So you just gotta take that with a grain of salt a little bit and just kind of set up your trades accordingly because it's either make or break right around the all-time high areas. Most of the time, um, every time I normally see an all-time high, I normally see, like I said, a rejection normally, a nice wash down before the next leg up. So, and like I said, these are fanning out, so this is looking good to me. So since this is the other ceiling, now let's draw another line right up over here. This would be the next level to beat, and then the one after that would be this one up here. So there's 3 levels over here that I look for. So, and this is, like I said, this is also why I watch the after hours and the pre-market, because I do use those in my trading. Now, it doesn't mean that they always play out the way I want them to, but at least visually I can see it there. Does that make any sense to you guys? All right, so what I'm looking at too right now, I'm looking at this to possibly come up in the zone. So I'm looking for 151.45 all the way up to 151.72. So this is the area I'm going to be watching out for pretty much the majority of the day, if not, if it doesn't hit it already in the time that I'm here for you guys. Is there any other stocks or anything that you guys wanted me to look at for you? Maybe do a quick technical analysis or rundown of something for you, or anything like that. It took a while, but I think we're back up, baby. We both eat. I mean, I try to. So for me, Carson, I'm a day trader, bro. I do scalps. I don't try to. I don't want to stay in trades long at all. I want quick in and out. I want to hit my price target prediction, um, within a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? Obviously, it doesn't happen that way in real life. You know, sometimes you kind of get stuck, kind of like what you did. You got stuck with the play here, even though you were. I mean, we both are right, right? We both played it right. Um, but for me, like I said, I only want to be quick in and out there. So we were in that for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were in it. That was a 7-minute trade. So think about this, guys. I really want to emphasize this when you guys are day trading or learning how to trade. We just made, how much did we even make, dude? I gotta look now. We gotta look. That wasn't the P&L of what we had today. It was actually something else. Looks like you're getting that run up there. Nice little quick run. Mm-mm-mm. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So we made about $600 on that play. So we bought in at 10, about a dollar, 103, sold at 162. So yeah, we made about $600 on that play. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I really want you guys to like really lock that in and like remember, guys, that we just basically in like 7 minutes, guys, literally 7 minutes, we made somebody's paycheck. You realize that? Like $700 worth was somebody's paycheck for like the week, maybe. Some people only get paid like $100 a day. We literally made $100 in 7 minutes. So, like, these are really powerful things that you guys should be taking away from that. And it's the same thing in inverse, guys. Like, it's really important to learn the technical so you don't get caught on the opposite side, right? Like, you don't wanna get caught on a bad trade. Like, don't forget to exit bad trades, guys. MU possible downside today? Let's see, Carson. Let's take a gander here. I'll look at MU real quick. But yeah, like I said, guys, it's really important um just to be mindful about your guys' trading and stuff like that and be diligent, right? Be actively diligent on what you're looking at, on what you're entering, on what you're playing. Honestly, no, Carson, it does not look bearish at all. This thing's ripping, bro. Super oversold, super overbought right here. See, this is what I mean when I was talking earlier that these can remain overbought or oversold. It could be either one for either side for a very long time. This is, how many days is this? From the 26th. Oh, this is the 1 minute. Never mind. This is the 1 minute chart. I thought I was looking at the daily here. Whoa. All right. Oh, well, I mean, almost the same thing. Um, yeah, no, this thing's ripping, dude. You got how many overbought days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 days overbought, and here was the relief right here. 13 test, and you bounced right back up. I would expect this to continue upwards. continue upwards until you're going to close this gap. So it looks like there's a little gap right here to 780. 780.20. So I'd be looking for that to fill. You have another one down here too. $592.49. You got another one just below that too. So these are pretty much kind of lining up with SPY. MU is basically kind of it's tech. And so a lot of these, I'll show you guys here in just a minute of what I'm talking about. I'm just going to say 546 because I don't really care too much about it. But yeah, a lot of these are mirroring pretty much what the overall indice of SPY and the S&P 500 are doing, because there are multiple, it looks like there's multiple gaps down. Anyway, so that's what I see. I would think this continues higher until it comes back down and retest and close this gap right here at 780.20. But the 5 literally just rebounded off of the 13. So this is bullish momentum to me in my eyes until I see otherwise. Trump mentioned them the other day, so it's been cooking them. So it's been cooking. Yeah, Trump mentions a lot of different things. I don't know where you guys get your guys' news from or anything like that, but me personally, I don't watch any news whatsoever. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch CNBC. I don't watch none. I don't watch PBS. I don't watch really any of those networks at all. None. Zero. I get all my news straight from the White House YouTube page. Literally the best page to get your information from, because you hear it right out of the horse's mouth. And then a lot of the times these reporters from these different news agencies are already asking questions. So there's no really need to even get another opinion. See, like, I look at news networks as, well, it didn't used to always be like this. A lot of our networks used to actually be credible. A lot of things aren't credible anymore. A lot of these people aren't credible anymore. A lot of their sources aren't credible. So it's really wishy-washy. It's really, every time I turn on the news or I see the news on, it's literally like somebody else's opinion, that like they're trying to strong arm their opinion over the facts that are being laid out right in front of your face, or they just kind of want to misconstrue, how somebody said something, and I'm just like, you guys are weird, bro. So I can't deal with it. So I only get my news from two places: the Schwab Network and the White House, White House YouTube page. So I keep it strictly stocks. I don't really like talking too many politics. I'm definitely a big advocate for freedom of speech. Anybody can say whatever they want. Honestly, I could really care less. But yeah, Trump's mentioned a bunch of different other names and companies and stuff like that. Same with oil. Oil's been big. Dairy farms have been big. Manufacturing has been big. Stuff like Dell, Intel, MU, a whole bunch of different other data centers. You can look at all that kind of stuff. And like I said, normally they have a White House briefing all the time. So, like I said, and these are, like I said, major CEOs of companies already in there. So all of them are there. They're all rubbing elbows with the man. They're all doing their deals or whatever it is that they're doing. I just try to pay attention to it, and I try to capitalize on the information, on who's there, who says what, right? Because a lot of these CEOs, they speak. Trump gives them an opportunity to, speak or answer questions for reporters and stuff like that. So it's always good to pay attention, to see who's saying what, right? All right, so jumping back into the chart right here, we're about to make another trade here. I'm gonna probably try to play the downside. See, this is going back to MU, by the way. I forgot I have to go back. I got to show you why I saw those multiple gaps down, but just kind of looking at the 1 minute chart right here. See how MU on the daily kind of curled down with the 5 and the 13, it kind of bounced, boom. It looks pretty similar right there, but obviously MU for the daily. So let's go to the daily here real quick, just so I can show you what I meant on those breakdowns of those gaps. I know you see lots of squiggly red lines and stuff like that. Well, it's because I do a lot of charting. and SPY's my baby. So you can see right here, boom, gap. You can see another one, gap down. Another one right here, and another big one down here. Right down here. And these all pretty much look the same and are around the same time frame and date as all those other ones. So like I said, SPY and a bunch of different other companies, they all pretty much line up together. So that's also why I watch the top indices of SPY right here. This is why I have these 5 charts up right here of the 5-minute. These are the top holders of SPY. They give a general direction of where they're going. Well, they give me a general direction of where they're going. Looks like, there we go. Had to load in there really quick. So looks bullish right here. We had the EMA's cross, candles, open, close, VWAP test on Apple. Looks like Meta's trying to catch a bid here. MACD's looking okay. Doesn't look strong. We got to get above the 50 here. We got to get a breakout. Looks like Microsoft couldn't beat the 50 yet. We came down. We retested the 5 and the 13 currently right now. Looks like it's going to wash. And it looks like Nvidia's kind of chopping sideways. Slow downside. Avago looks like she's doing pretty well. Looks like she's about to probably have some relief. Looks like we're a little bit overbought on the RSI. What are we looking at? 75 on the RSI? Yeah, we're a little bit above. Let's see if we can make a trade here real quick. All right, I think I'm gonna go in on a put here real quick. Let's make it real fast. Boom, 551. We're gonna do the same one. We're in. Boom. All right, we're in. Let's see if we can catch this downside. I'm thinking this is gonna curl in right here. 5. I just need the 5 to cross the 13. We're right at that area of where I had my line. You see where we're at right here? This little blue line that I drew. I guess I need to make that line thicker, huh? The size, just a thick blue one. Yeah, here, let's put a thick blue one out there. I mean, that's a little too thick. I like it thick. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see if we can break past this line here. It doesn't look like it currently. 13's holding strong still. If you look right here too, we got that MACD cross on the 1 minute, so we'll see if we get burnt or if we come out on top here. This could easily still be heading up. I mean, even though we had that good analysis on what's kind of going on, where we might have a rejection, Microsoft might rip up. Same thing with Apple. These could all catch a bid still. You could easily still get that reversal, and it looks exactly like that's what's going to happen. Yeah, still going strong. MACD looks good on Nvidia, honestly. Microsoft is technically bullish on the MACD. Yeah, it looks like we're heading higher. That might be a bad one, guys. This might be a losing trade. This is a big engulfing candle. We're down 140 for the play currently. That was crazy. What was crazy, Dog Mac? That huge engulfing candle for this one? Yeah, so it looks like this caught a support right here. You see how the candles, boom, open, close right here, just above, just a little under, just a little above, boom, bounce, bounce again, bounce again, bounce again. This resistance is now acting as a support. So you can always watch them flip-flop in between each other. So I'm going to close this out. There's no need to keep it open, honestly. So it looks like we're down 200. We're down 160. So we lost 160 on that on this candle coming down, which is no big deal. Like I said, guys, you can get quick in and outs. If you don't like the play, you don't like the play. I didn't give it enough time to play out because I personally I don't feel the need to. This engulfing candle kind of told me everything I needed to know for the time being. That was enough for me to get out. I could have held, and it'll probably come back into profit, but I also don't want to get stuck in consolidation right here too. Like I said, this resistance could be acting as a support now, so just be mindful of that. But it does look bullish after that nice good run up off of the off of this right here. Remember how I said this was fanning out into a bullish momentum? It's exactly what happened. Played out. It fanned out. And here's that other candle right here. See? And there's no shame in getting out here. Now, I kind of went against myself on that technically, right? Because what did I say earlier? We're going to get right into this channel of SPY. It looks like we hit exactly that right here. So I guess I should have waited. I should have waited. I should have came over here, looked at my other chart, and then possibly I should have got in right here, actually, like right here. So it looks like we created a new all-time high. So new all-time highs, baby. This is the highest the stock market has ever been in the history of forever right now at this moment. You paper trade at 9:30 every day, right? No, just Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I paper trade. I'm going to try to start. God, the sun, dude, the sun is ripping me right in the face. So I'm looking like a geisha over here. For those who don't know what geishas are, it's where they put when what who is it? The Chinese? I think it's the Chinese. I don't remember. It's one of the Asian cultures where they put their face all in white. That's what my face looks like right now. So boom, looks like we hit that rejection right here. Would have actually been a great place to get into a put right here, because this candle's pretty much it's not invalidating this candle, but it's engulfing this candle a little bit, just a little bit more. It could still, like I said, technically run up. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I totally forgot. I totally gapped what I was going to say. Man, God. I forgot, guys. I forgot. Brain fart. But yes, I paper trade and stuff like that. Oh, I think I remember. So I'm going to try to start trading a little bit more. I might be trading every day. I might be paper trading every day. I might not. I might just do specific days where I actually do live trading with real money to show you how to incorporate this into your everyday trading, because I know paper trading is slightly different. Well, at least people think that. For some reason, they think that learning the technicals or seeing resistance or support lines are different in paper trading than everyday trading. To me, there's no difference at all. None. Zero. I'm looking at key support areas here to get in and to get out of trades. So you gotta kind of have to just pay attention to those kind of things. All right, so I mean, we could probably take one more trade in here. I might be able to get one more trade in here before I got to go to work. Uh, Probably in like the next couple of minutes. I got about 7 or 8 minutes left here with you guys, and then I got to go work that 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Got to go pay them bills. So you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go into it. I think this might be an area right here to where we head down. So you know what? Let's try it again. I might get smoked again. Who knows? Oh, boom. All right, we're in. We're going in for another put here, guys. Let's see if we can get in. I'm looking to come back down to this area right here, to my 751.26 area. We might get it. We might not. Here's that 13 test right here. I just asked about paper trading because I need help in creating my support lines and seeing where they are. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much just kind of what you got to do when you're doing your charting and your technical analysis. Like it all really comes down to TA, and then you gotta understand what the candles are doing. So really, when you're looking for support and resistance lines, you're gonna see it engulfing candle. I'm out. I'm out. I'm taking the loss on this. Anyway, so you're really gonna want to, like I said, understand the candles and what they mean and what they're doing. So Like you got to understand what the wick is doing, what the body of the candle is doing, how it opens, how it closes, and stuff like that. If this is a hammer candle, this is an engulfing candle. So definitely try to learn your candles and your candlesticks. We do have lessons in the learning library that Mo goes over for learning the candles. So definitely check out the learning library. Like I said, guys, we have all the tools in there. It's just if you're up to using them. We also have a support and resistance tool in the Discord that you can actively look at. So if you just scroll over here, you can uh, go right here, resistance and support right here in this tab. You click on this guy. It's going to be backslash SR levels. This guy right here, just click on it, symbol. Let's just go to the supply. And then we'll go to period. I normally only do the daily because I just look at daily support. You just hit that, boom. This is gonna pop up right here. It's gonna give you support and resistant lines right here. It does it all for you. We have all the tools in here for you guys to use. It's just up to you guys to go through it and do it yourself. It can't hold your hand through everything. But we do have that here. So you can always check that out for yourself too as well. Break it down into other different time frames or whatnot. But like I said, it's really up to you guys of what you guys do. This is why I always say our Discord is like the most underrated Discord. It's actually extremely cheap. I've seen a bunch of different other people who do Discords, and they're extremely expensive. I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like a year, just to learn courses and stuff like that. We provide the best value, honestly, than anybody else out there, hands down. So anyway, it doesn't look like I got out of this here yet. So we're still holding. All right, so let's see if this actually plays out here. I didn't like this engulfing candle, but doesn't mean that we can't come back down. So we'll play it out. We'll see if it's a winner. I think it is, personally. Is there a tutorial how to use that? I just showed you how to use it. And if you guys, if you don't know how to use it, there's the commands down here. The sticky bot will tell you right here. The bottom, it shows you in every one of the charts right here. They'll give you the sticky bot right here, and they'll tell you how to use each channel down below. So fib retracement, like I said, there's a video tutorial right here for that one. Most indicator for the stock right here. Like I said, down at the bottom, you scroll down to the bottom, it tells you how to do all that stuff. Same thing with advanced charts, all that, everything. We have all the stuff in there and how to use it and stuff like that. But I personally just right now showed you how to do it. Like I said, backslash RS, and then type in your ticker, and then it'll pop up like just what I just did right there for you. So like I said, you can check that stuff out there. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys are new or whatever, I have right here member orientation every Saturday. I go through literally everything that's in the Discord and show you exactly how to use it. So yeah, if you want to check these out, I have multiple different videos in here. Like I said, I do it every Saturday. So I go over a bunch of stuff, especially for new members and everybody else who's in here. All right, so let's check out the trade here really quick. What time is it? I gotta head out. All right, yeah, I gotta get out of here. So it looks like we're up on the trade. We came down, tested the 50. This is a great place to get out. Looks like we're up $100. Let's just close this right now. See, it keeps giving me a super high price. I just want to get out. I hate that it does that. Anyway, we should got out of that trade earlier. Sometimes it doesn't read through the paper trading, sometimes it doesn't go all the way through. But realistically, on when you're doing market orders or when you're selling normally, it doesn't give this type of lag or whatnot. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. That was a winning trade in my eyes. We won. It's even coming back down. We're going to be testing the 50 again. It looked like it came down to the area of where I needed it to, almost right here, this little area, but not fully, just a couple of cents off, about 10 cents away. So that's what I do for my price target prediction and stuff like that. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Doggy Mac. No problem, brother. That's what we're here for. And if you guys have any questions, guys, ask them in the Discord. We have Ask an Expert section in there. Also, you can just go on any of the channels and ask generally in there. Now, not everybody's going to get to you or answer your question like that, just so you know. But there are people there that do help, and they are genuinely pretty good at helping everybody else out in the Discord. It's, like I said, a very friendly, family-friendly oriented type of Discord where we help people learn. This is an educational Discord. We want to make sure that you guys get, the best value possible and learn. Like I said, I definitely believe knowledge is power. So the more knowledgeable you are, the more powerful you are. Gotta run. See you in the Discord. All right, Crypto B, me too. I gotta get out of here, guys. So again, if you guys didn't already know, on my YouTube right here, if you click on my YouTube page, you can follow me. Even in the Discord, if you guys don't know as well, you could click on my profile picture. So if you just click on this right here, and then you're going to click on my other icon here. I know my computer's being a little slow, but you can click on my icon again, and then it will pop up what I have on my profile and stuff like that. I have my YouTube page and I think my Twitch page on there that you can follow to get to this page, if you haven't already. And like I said, if you're using your phone, or sorry, if you're on desktop, you can scan this QR code. It opens up my digital business card there for you, or you can click my link my link in my description right here, the links to financial freedom. Or if you're on mobile, you can literally just click on that link and it'll pull up this guy here for you, and it'll pull up my digital business card for the lifetime membership. Now guys, the lifetime membership is the way to go in my personal opinion. That way you're not making any monthly payments. If you can't afford the lifetime membership, we got payment plans right here. I got multiple payment plans there for you set. And then maybe you just want to try it out for a year. We got the yearly right here. 365 days, boom, get a whole year. It's a great way just to set and forget, you know what I mean? And then as well, you can follow me on my socials right here, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, or my X. And these are the platforms that I use. So if you guys don't know, I use Robinhood for trading real money, and then I also use real money to trade on Webull, but just not as much. I normally use Webull for my paper trading. So you can use my links here if you guys are looking to change platforms or use the same platforms that I got going on. So that's pretty much all I have here for you today. I gotta head out. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, and like I said, let us know if you guys have any questions or anything like that. And if you guys found this video helpful or this live helpful, hit that like button for me. I would deeply appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in